Hello, as I block everything. I pushed my camera way too far up, right? Maybe not. I guess my mat's just a bit lower because I cleaned everything yesterday. Give me 1 second. Oh no. Hello, Keegan. How are you? I would imagine doing inventory because I think you're usually doing inventory on or ordering on Sunday streams. Okay. Just at work? Yeah. 1 second. Now I'm stuck on a cable. Good start. Okay. Cool. Something happened. Hey, resubscribe. Thanks, Keegan. You gonna focus? There we go. Maybe I finally found a good camera angle. We'll find out. We'll see if this works. Yes. Hello. It is a nice dreary day here in Seattle. It became September and suddenly it was cloudy and beautiful. Bought the dwarf from... Oh, so the 90 mil one? Yeah, So I have... Mr. Bucks was talking about this on Deno's stream. But because he was jazzed about this one, but this is the OG, the actual Enigma model. So I'm tempted to get some of the other ones that I don't have because I have him. I have... Oh my, these are getting quite dusty because I assembled them forever ago and then haven't done anything with them. Here's all my Enigma now Ragecraft models. I think I have one more, but I haven't put her together because I don't really like her that much. I got the Demon Killer guy. I got the little halfling guy who's great. I love him. And then Brahm, and the guy who kicked off my obsession for finding them, Sumuthe, I believe is his name. He's got a flag thing that's also sitting over there. But he's just a bit dusty. I'm gonna have to wash him off before I paint him. But it'll be a hot second before I paint him. Yeah. He's very similar to the swordsman. I'm pretty sure the swordsman was inspired by him. But yeah. Great little 54 mil models. And yeah, the new Spear is great. I'm glad you were able to get a copy. Glad I was able to get a copy. Yeah. Yesterday morning I went through and I cleaned all of my scale color artist tubes, so let's hope I don't have many more issues with them. Big if true. And then the ones I was not able to clean or are starting to get all twisty and possible breakages, I just reordered new copies of, so I have backups for when they eventually decide to explode like the one did last stream. But now I know how to get paint out of them without screwing them up, so that's good. And if I keep them clean, they're much easier to open and use, so I'll be more likely to use them. And I want to use them more, so hooray. Yeah, my desk yesterday was just filled with little semi-dried paint garbage. Yeah. I know I'm playing D&D tomorrow, but I don't know what time yet. Let me check my calendar real quickly. I don't know if it's still in the evening or if we decided to move it to the morning, because I know we're going to try to do it, but I hate it when it's the monthly view because my calendar looks terrifying. It is at 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. So anytime, let me get rid of the meetings that are on my calendar because I don't want to get alerted about work bullshit. I delete multiple at a time? Oh wait, I can't delete those. I can delete these though. Only this event. Decline. A. Cool. Yeah. So I'll outside of like 12 p.m. or I guess 11 p.m. to like 5 p.m. my time, I can do it. So I can either do it in the evening or maybe the morning. We'll see. Okay, so yeah, that'll be evening for me. Sounds good. It'll be our first session. I don't think it'll be go too long, but who knows? We'll find out. Okay. You wanted to paint a boy, right? Yeah. Probably want to use a more accurate brush. Yeah, let's see. What did we do since last stream? Had some good food. Went to a nice little bakery cafe this morning. Got some tasty pastries, tasty coffee. And then I bought some loaves of bread. Why is there junk in my water? 1 second. I'll be right back. And we're back. And got some barbecue last night because I guess, I don't know, it's Labor Day weekend. Why not? And I'm just remembering that there's still some leftover dessert in the fridge, so that's exciting for me. It's exciting for me. Caught up on She-Hulk. Still really enjoying it. Solid show. And then we watched The Rings of Power. And I really enjoyed it. I think it's very well done so far. I'm enjoying the characters, enjoying the story, so not too many complaints. Let's see. Let's also... Everything's all shifted around. Okay. Yeah. So excited for the rest of that. I've still not started the Game of Thrones show. I think I've settled on I'm going to wait until the whole season airs and see if people are still jazzed about it. I've been burned once by the Dragon show. I don't really want to be burnt again. Pun sort of intended. And I've also continued working on, or playing through Disco Elysium. Okay, I think I moved the camera up a little too far. Because I want to hold the mini. Oh, here. Yeah, continuing to play through Disco Elysium. Enjoying it a lot. Definitely recommend it if you want a older school RPG or a murder mystery kind of thing. Yeah. Maybe I'll try to hop into the paint chat twice tomorrow, once in the morning, once in the evening. Because I know we have some like people in Europe that joined recently and have been trying to get into a paint hangout. But we'll see. Will probably depend on when I decide to wake up and start functioning tomorrow. Oops, stupid headphones are in the way. Let's see. One second, I'm being pinged. There we go. Cool. All right. Back at it. Yeah. One thing I've not done yet this weekend is figure out the pinup for the Poots pinup challenge. So I'll have to do that this evening and get the ball rolling on that. Maybe I'll work on that a little bit tomorrow. I'm half tempted to take Tuesday off as well. I don't know. There's a thing at work that I was hoping to get wrapped up, and it's still not wrapped up. And it's been weighing on me a little bit. Just very tedious. Why are you scared? Is it because it's like the red hair, but there's cool lighting kind of stuff? Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's definitely challenging. Like it's good to push yourself and try those different kinds of lightings. I mean, that's something that I definitely need to work on. Also, I guess other things going on. There was Nova and ReaperCon this weekend, and everyone's kind of wrapping up and getting their prizes and everything. Nice to see that in some of the discords that I'm in. Yeah, there's that good section on it where he's working on that the robot rocket figure. Yeah, the book is great. I need to sit down and like read the NMM section. Like I've skimmed through it. My stupid head was in the way again, wasn't it? Skimmed through it and like looked at the parts that like I want to paint X. Here's how to paint X. But like he has a whole like giant ass section on um, the properties of metal and like why it works the way it works. I need to just take some time and read that. Yeah. Sometimes yeah, you just gotta do it, right? You can read a lot, watch a lot of videos, but until you actually like sit down and do it, it's just all in your head. Yeah, it looks really nice. And the final photos that you got looked very nice as well. You got good exposure, good lighting setup. Like I think like miniature photos like can be a pain to kind of like figure out, but like once you get it figured out, it's you just kind of plug and play. Um, and it's definitely worth taking the time to figure it out. Um, Especially with like so many online competitions and stuff these days. You want to be able to take nice photos, nice representative photos, I should say, of your miniatures. Um, I emphasize on the representative because I feel like there's some people who will take like artsy fartsy photos of their miniatures and put that up. And by artsy fartsy, I mean they're doing like some sort of weird lighting setup that's not like daylight kind of stuff. And I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that. What kind of camera is it? I need to get some. Well, I don't have. Is this the tragic one? I thought I threw the tragic one out. I think this is the tragic one. Yeah, this is the one I was not able to fix. Well, I'm just gonna eat it because I bought a new one. So I don't want to deal with it anymore. Let us get out this one instead. I also got invited to yet another friend's wedding. Too many people are getting married. At least that suit I bought forever ago is finally gonna get some use, so that's good, I guess. Sounds good. Yeah, it's nice that there's like a pro photography dude in the Discord. I definitely do it as a hobby. Yeah, oops. Fix everything so that we're in frame again. Getting closer. Debating if I want to pop out that head and stick it on another handle so I can deal with a little bit of there. Maybe I didn't show this yet. I did do a little bit of hobbing before the stream today. Oops, too far. So this journeyman entry, I shaved out even more. So I cut this down and then kind of shaved this up and shaved this back a bit more. I felt like these endings were kind of too blunt, so I want to have like kind of a nice curve down. Yeah, it's been a process. It's been so like I said, a lot of my basing lately, for better or worse, has been like build something up, don't like it, shave it down. It's repeat essentially, but I'm starting to kind of see what I want out of this. It's possible that I may build this back down all the way, but I just kind of wanted this hollowed out area so I could see. So I'll probably start doing like some actual sculpting now that the scaffolding, quote unquote, is about where I want it. So yeah, basing's fun. I enjoy it. So I think I'm gonna have to shave a little bit of this off. I'll do that with an X-Acto knife later. But yeah. So slowly chipping away at that, just kind of taking my time to get it to a place where I'm happy. Yeah. Oh, I should zoom back in. Here we go. Yeah. I just kind of find like sometimes I'm in the mood to build bases and other times I just want to paint. So that's why I have like several projects over there that are all based up and ready to paint. Because for a while, like off stream, I was just doing base building. Yeah. There's definitely some people who can slap a base together really quickly. I'm not there yet. I'm very slow. So just kind of take my time and want to get the composition to a place that I'm happy with. We are also trying to figure out the September challenge for the Dirty Paint Water Discord. We'll see if we get that going this week. Any ideas for the challenge or just ideas in general? I believe the ones that were discussed were piece inspired by a piece of artwork or a song. Gun skins. Or spookies come up several times. Because we're going back and forth on should we do spooky for October or should we do October. I think we're also like trying to reevaluate the challenges for next year because everyone works at a different pace. So trying to think of different ideas. Yeah, that would be that would be the case. No. Good. Yeah, I was gonna say you got plenty of creepy things for spoopy. I think I might have a hard time with spooky. Oh no, I like Kingdom Death stuff that can work. I got Halloween Survivors. Yeah, the girl with the knife. That'd be a good one. Okay. Yeah. For a D&D game that we're starting, we're trying to sort out like all the character relationships because we're trying to make it so like everyone in the party at least knows one other person. Oops, something happened. Hello, Marcio Ferry or Marcio. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, so we've been sorting that out this weekend, which has been fun. Trying to make sure that there's some meat there, but enough left on the table so that we can explore it during the actual game. I'm also hoping that I don't know. We're going to be exploring so last campaign we did like our characters became very essential to the actual plot. So basically they just had infinite plot armor. Oops, as I drift off screen again. Sorry. So something we want to do this game is not do that. So that character death can like actually happen without ruining the whole story. So I am excited for that. I am very pro characters should be able to die. Yeah, right. Thanks. Yeah, we are messing around with our non-metallic metals on this figure. Just trying to use colors I don't normally use. Following along with a Craft World tutorial a little bit for the color inspiration. Sounds good, Keegan. Have fun with the rest of your workday. I will see you around. Yeah. We painted up his brother, I guess, on stream previously. We were also exploring different metals then as well. So, just for context, here's the normal Scissor Knight from Kingdom Death. So then got these two to paint up for a commission. Yeah. Gonna try to get this guy wrapped up this week so we can jump over to other projects because we got a lot to get done this month. So yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask if you just want to chill and hang out. That is also okay. I am not always the best at talking while I paint, so I'm sorry about that in advance. Yeah. I enjoy painting all sorts of miniature stuff. We've been doing a lot of Kingdom Death the last couple months, just because there was a Discord competition for pinups, and then I have these commissions, and there's a actual official competition as well. But we will get back to some bust painting and some large scale figure painting in a little bit. We were looking at a figure I have going for the journeyman competition a little bit ago. So I've been working on this guy's base. This is Salus the Silent, from Journeyman Miniatures. He's based on old Conquest art, I think. I think that's the old game. But yeah, so he should be fun to paint up. Yeah. I'm following. I've got these colors. So these are the colors that are on the palette right now. We got white, we got turquoise, we got cobalt blue, and we got Naples yellow. And then and we also got dark ochre brown. Is this one right here? Just realized the palettes, you can't really see it. There we go. Now the palette can is doing what it should do. And there's a craft world tutorial on painting a shield or something with these colors. So I kind of wanted to do that. Because normally I just kind of grab the Pizarski Chimera NMM set and use that. So I want to keep pushing my NMM in my use of color. I'll look at suits of armor and stuff like that, but I don't have any direct reference that I'm looking at the moment. But there's a really good Instagram account called Arm Femur. I probably butchered that horribly because I'm not French. But it's just lots of shots of ladies in cool armor. So, yeah, and then we were talking about it a little bit earlier as well, but sorry, it's under a bunch of other books. I've been getting too many books. The Kirill figure painting techniques FAQ book, Kirill Kaneev. He has a whole section on non-metallic metal. It's 100 pages, so that's been helpful as well. But yeah. So, the fun thing with these rarer KDM resins is that not too many people have painted them, so hard to see other people's paint jobs and use those as reference and such. Sometimes I'll do that for some figures, but I've also found that can often lead to me, I don't know, I feel like the word I've used to describe it in the past is stiff. My paintwork will start to feel stiff because I'm trying to copy what I see. So that's just something I try to be mindful of when I use direct reference in terms of copy, looking at someone else's paint job of a figure. Yeah. But in general, reference is very important. I definitely need to start using it more when I paint busts in terms of like getting the lighting right on faces and all the little details. So that's something I'm trying to keep in mind. Yeah, today is mostly probably just going to be continuing to futz around on this steel. Let me lower the camera just a smidgen. I hope it doesn't sink. Is it going to stay steady? We'll find out. I feel like I'm just below frame quite a bit. So there we go. Much better. Yeah, in terms of like other reference besides like photos and stuff, it's good to look at traditional art as well, like 2D paintings. So I have a bunch of art books from various different painters. I like to flip through those and use those as inspiration. Yeah, so I have like Brahm, Tyler Jacobson. I just got one from Loish, although she doesn't really do fantasy stuff. She's just a painter that I have enjoyed for a while. I believe I have a few more on the way, but I've forgotten. So it'll be a surprise for me what I get. I have that problem where I'll just buy stupid stuff and forget about it because I'm dumb. No, I do not. I do not create the models. Um, I have like zero sculpting skill. It's something I'm interested in trying. Um, but not at the moment. Or if you're asking about being in front of a camera, as in that kind of modeling, no, I do not do that either. I know, shocking. But yeah, I'd like to learn how to do some sort of sculpting at some point. Um, in one of the discords I'm in, there's a sculptor, and he's offered to kind of teach people how to use ZBrush and such. I feel like ideally I would want to find some sort of sculpting app that works on the iPad, and I don't know if there's ZBrush on the iPad. I would have to look into that. Yeah, you'll notice I hop around the model quite a bit. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't. For this figure, it just kind of helps for me to just kind of jump around to what I'm interested in painting in at the moment. Just because painting a lot of the same thing. So if I see a thing that I want to fix, that is what I'm going to paint. Okay, he only has those two little doodly doos. What do I find most difficult in painting? I don't know. I think the thing I struggle with a lot at the moment is kind of something I touched on a little bit earlier, which is color use, and especially like leaning into saturation. I would say a lot of my painting is very desaturated, unless I'm like actively trying to work against that, like I am here. So that's something that I've been trying to work on a lot lately. Outside of that, I think it's just like I don't know, like refinement and stuff like that can sometimes be challenging and tedious, like knowing the best way to go about refining something. NMM is still very challenging, which is why I've been doing a lot of it lately, just to try to like get good at it, and figure it out. And then, like personally, I will avoid figures that have too much like tiny little details. The like KDM's kind of like on the edge for me. Like they have a lot of little details, but like I don't know. I just really like the design, so I can tough it out. But there's some figures that like just have so much detail on it that's just like I don't want to paint that. Like I said, it's not fun for me to paint, so I won't. Yeah. And there's also just kind of like I don't know, like I'll get into like odd headspaces where like I just get too heady and too worried about what everyone else is doing. It's like trying to focus on where I am and what I'm improving at rather than what other people are doing. It can be a challenge sometimes, which is not necessarily like painting itself, but like I don't know, the mindset around painting, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. I think something else that I struggle with a little bit is maybe not struggle, but like I'm just kind of slow at it and I want to be faster. Talking about that a little bit earlier, but like composition, such in terms of basing and that kind of aspect. I'm like not very efficient with my time or materials in that regard yet, so I like to keep getting better at that. And then in terms of painting on stream, the things I struggle with are keeping the model in frame, and then talking about things for more than 10 seconds. Okay. Yeah, so if you see me look up and move the model back and forth, I'm just kind of looking at the model in the camera, um, just to get an idea of how things look in a different sort of exposure, I guess, than my eyes. I have this bright light that's shining on the model, so sometimes things can look a little washed out. Okay. If you're wondering why this is all weird, he has a cape, so, and he also has another arm, if that was not obvious. But yeah. Didn't used to paint in sub-assemblies all that much, but I've found it makes the painting experience a lot more enjoyable for me. Because it'll get like frustrating if I like can't really reach a spot that I want to be able to reach. So when it makes sense, I will do sub-assemblies. Okay, I got pinged. Let me check that real quickly. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, let's switch to our big fat brush. I'm just thinning out down this dark brown ochre quite a bit. Just to kind of get in some of the gaps and just kind of warm up my shadows a bit. We have all these kind of cool colors going on in the midtones and the highlights, so having a warmer shadow will help contrast that a little bit. At least that's the theory. Okay, let's focus on his other boot a little bit now. Kind of forgotten about that. We also need to remember his arm. Well, his other arm. Yeah. Okay. More pings. Let's see. A picture of a sleeping Ezra. Oh, so sweet, so baby. When do you think the painting is finished? That's a question that's been popping up a lot in a lot of different places. So, I mean, there's a couple of different things that could call a painting finished, right? You could run out of time, and it needs to be done. But I think the answer, I think, is best that I've seen described like when is art done, is when you accept the remaining flaws and can be happy with them. So like it might not be perfect, but like for whatever you are aiming to do, you are happy with what is not perfect that's left. So like if I'm doing a speed paint, I'm aiming to get something done in a couple hours. My bar for like what is acceptable is a lot lower. So I will call those kind of more relaxed paintings finished a lot sooner, right? But something like this, I'm not trying to like win a competition with this piece or anything like that, but I'm trying to do a good job because A, I like this mini a lot, and B, it's somebody else's mini that I'm painting for them, so I want them to have something nice. So just kind of a factor of those things. So like, for example, let me grab them. Just like these minis were what I just, the last two big projects that we did on stream, which were for the Discord pinup competition. So I spent a lot longer on these than I would have other minis. There's still some things that I don't think are like perfect on them, but it was a matter of like the end of the month was coming up. I had to do this resin pour and need time for that to cure and everything. So I got it to a point where I was mostly happy with what was left on them and called it good. So yeah, except for this guy, let's see if you can see. I mostly fix it. Was there some crusty texture here because I glued him onto his base and then I was messing around with him to like get the stand figured out, and then went bop onto the tip of the super glue, so then super glue got onto his cloak. So that was fun. It was great. Highly recommend. So I had to get most of that super glue off, scrape it off with a knife for whatever I couldn't get off before it cured. Re-primed, repainted. It's great. Good stuff. GG. Anyways. Yeah. So this guy will be done when I don't know. Another big thing for me is like, I will start to become more happy with the flaws the longer I work on something because I want to be done with it. Like I'll sometimes get to a point where I just don't want to look at a piece anymore for whatever reason. I started to paint because of Dungeons and Dragons. So here's my first mini. Oh, he's very dusty right now. But because that's probably all the stuff from earlier. Anyways, yeah. So we started playing Dungeons and Dragons. One of the DMs started using minis. I didn't like the mini for my guy, so I looked into how to get a custom mini and how to paint minis, and I enjoyed it, and I just kind of kept doing it. I did mostly like D&D WizKids minis for like the first 8 months or so. And then I started to find out about like Kingdom Death and display painting. And became interested in that, so I got myself like an airbrush setup so I could start to prime those minis. And kind of went from there. So now I do less D&D stuff now because a lot of our D&D plays online, and we mostly use Theater of the Mind or virtual tabletops like Roll20 or something if we really need a map. Although I'm looking for the games that I DM if I can get like a little table I can put maps on and point a camera at it. Now I got all this streaming stuff figured out mostly. But yeah. So yeah, I feel like most people either get into it for D&D or they start a war game like Warhammer or what have you. But I guess now some people will get into it from board games since there's so many that have minis these days. Like I guess Kingdom Death is an example. Duh. Yeah. I'm debating if I want to paint up minis for our new D&D game or not because we'll be mostly online. And also people have chosen weird races again, so it's going to be hard to find minis. I think one of them chose the new weird Spelljammer Auto Gnome race, and it's like, great. How am I going to find a tiny robot mini? Thanks, guys. Yeah, no worries. I'm always happy to answer questions. As I said, like, uh, I often struggle to figure out what to talk about while streaming, and I know people like to have talking usually, so it helps me out. Do you do like miniature modeling? Is that what you're into, or uh, what other? I would imagine so. And if so, like, if you got any stuff to show off, feel free to post it in chat. And I guess I would ask also, do you mostly do digital modeling or do you do physical? Okay. Thanks for the follow. I will take a look after the stream. Yeah. Probably going to airbrush him at some point to help smooth things out. We're getting close to that point, but I need to remember his other arm. Otherwise, I'm going to be unhappy with myself. I need to remember that arm. We also need to do more with his head. So let's focus on those. So let's grab his arm, because we've done like nothing on it. Okay. Okay. Getting there. Okay. I think I'll paint his whole face in this metal color. I definitely want to go in and add gold accents. I'm just not entirely sure where yet. So, better safe than sorry for getting things in this color because I like to kind of smooth things out with the airbrush, and I'll be kind of a pain about to go back and decide, oh wait, I actually want this to also be steel. Hello, Minimancer, how are you? You are burgered. I'm debating getting a burger today as well. Although the concern with that is the place I would probably go is probably going to be swarmed because of PAX. We'll find out. I can walk by. I can do a recon mission with Poe. see if it's busy. Oh, that's effort. Can't be doing effort on the Lord's Day. No, I fell into a bad habit. So Sunday evenings used to be like very productive for me, um, in terms of food, uh, pre-pandemic, because I would do like all my meal prep and all that stuff. So I'd have good lunches for the week, and then like the pandemic happened, and I was like, well, it's okay. This is just gonna be momentarily. I can chill for a bit and not do much meal planning, and everything will be kosher. And then it's 3 years later, or I guess 2 years and change. 2 years and a lot of change. Okay, let's keep pushing things up. Okay. Back over to his arm. Well, I mean, I think I still have a lot to work on that, but I think sketching has been the biggest boon for my light placement. Although I feel lately I've not, I still sketch quite a bit, but like I'll just start jumping to refinement every now and then once think I'm on the right track. Probably sometimes do that a little bit prematurely. Yeah, we were talking about using reference a little bit earlier, um, and I think that's fine. Like if you are learning to draw people, you look at real people to figure out anatomy, right? So if you're trying to figure out light placement, you need to look at like real examples to figure out light placement. So you can like when I used to draw, I would look at like actual art and like try to mimic that art style or try to figure out like recreate a picture by drawing it. And then eventually move on to like photo references of anatomy to get the pose down, and then like add my own clothes and stuff on top of it as I get more confident. So I think doing something for miniatures is also valid. So like looking at a paint job of the miniature you're painting and copying that is fine because you're just trying to learn. Yeah. Paying attention when you're painting is definitely one of the big things. I will say I also fall into that sometimes where it's just like you're in the groove and you're not really paying attention to either like what you're doing or what, so you'll forget to do something or yeah. Well, like I mean that's the thing, right? I think Denno was kind of talking about this yesterday, right? I don't know if you were on the stream yet at that point or not. I think you weren't because I think it was before I went on my run. Um, but yeah, um, but like it's a balance, right? Like you want to have fun painting. Like you get into a nice state. Oops, my earpiece is in the way. Um, and you want to you're in the zone. You're just pumping out minis, etc., etc. But like maybe you're not like improving the ways you want to. And like the truth of the matter is like sometimes the work you need to do to improve is not fun. Like like for me, like in music, like you don't get to just play the cool solo right off the bat. You gotta practice your scales and all that stuff. Um, gotta practice those etudes, which help you get better at everything else. But like they're not the most fun thing to play. And sometimes miniature painting is the same. You gotta go to work at the ship factory so that you can be good or whatever. I don't know. I keep saying go to work at the ship factory in Disco Elysium, so that phrase is just kind of stuck in my head right now. I'm trying to see what is armor plates and what is not. But I'll also kind of point what I just said with like it is a hobby. mean, for most of us, I would imagine some people it is a profession, so like you need to do your due diligence to do it as goodly as possible. But like if it's a hobby for you, first and foremost, you should be having fun. I know for me personally, this is something I've definitely been wrestling with the last couple months, but it's just like I want to get good. Um, I want to, I don't know, enter competitions and win and all that kind of stuff. Um, so we need to keep practicing and keep pushing. Yeah. And I think it's just about finding that balance for you. It's like how many fun minis per how many push minis, and I think that balance is different for everyone. Oops, in the way again. Yeah, squeeze over a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, like I'm not saying like it's not a fun thing, but it's a maybe like a drive thing or whatever. I don't know. Excuse me. Hello, sir, sir, sir. You gave up. There you go. Because like there's some painters where every single piece they got to go all out. Like that is their groove. Um, exactly. The camera was like it's time to just have fun. Yeah. But just while we're on this subject, I will say my one of my favorite expressions from when I was in Little League, which was uh, if you are trying to improve and all that stuff, it's not about practice makes perfect, but perfect practice makes perfect. Um, which I believe in mini painting, I think is just like yeah, you can keep painting 1,000 minis the same way, but like you'll probably get some better brush control and all that kind of stuff. And I think especially in your first year or so, that is very important. So like just like for me, like just slugging out a bunch of D&D minis that helped with like getting familiar with the paints and getting familiar with brush control and all that stuff. Um, but there comes a point where like you need more dedicated practice. Like if you're not trying new things and pushing yourself and all that stuff, you're not really gonna see any sort of improvement. And that's where like the perfect practice comes in, because like the saying's usually like practice makes perfect, but like if you're doing shitty practice, well, you're just gonna do that thing really shittily, really well. Um, like that was something that applied to like sports a lot and like bass or like clarinet and all that stuff. Um, it's just like uh, Like if you don't take the time to learn the thing well on the clarinet, congratulations, you learned it poorly, and now you have to unlearn it. So that kind of, I guess, that mindset from those days when I was more involved with music kind of helped out here. But yeah. Yeah, I think sometimes like returning to fundamentals is good. Um, I know a common thing is like trying all those different techniques, so like wet blending and glazing and loaded brush or whatever, just so you can like be familiar with them and know when to use them. Which for me is basically just, I mean, I'll wet blend every now and then, but I never use loaded brush because I hate it. I don't know, it's not fun for me. I've seen people do really cool stuff with it, but I have no interest in using that as a regular technique in my toolbox. I think that the main thing I see people do, and I'll catch myself doing sometimes, is messing with the paint too much after you get it on the model, which will lead to a lot of texture buildup. Um, so I don't see like I don't see like too much in your stuff, but like just around on different discords or anything like that. Um, I'll see that a lot. Yeah, and that's something that I need to also work on. Is like I'm not. Uh, I think I've gotten better about it, but like I'll still get into moods where I'm just kind of like wicking the brush around and not like taking my time to like be more controlled and focused with where I'm placing things. Like I think I've gotten more uh, thoughtful about my brush stroke placement, but occasionally I will fall into a mood where I'm just like, wee, paint. Yeah. Yeah, those are definitely going to be gold. Game 5. I don't know. Oh, I'm guessing League or Dota or whatever the hell. It's 5:02. We'll see. Oh, watching League. Okay. Is there a version of the international or something going on? Okay. Well, have fun. I may or may not be here. I have no idea how long a League of Legends match lasts, so If not, I will catch you around on the Discords. And if you're still there, Keegan and I were talking about probably hopping into the paint chat tomorrow evening, if you are game for that as well. But I'm assuming you are gone. Let's pop this off for a second. I don't really know what's going on here, but we're just gonna put some paint in there so it's not all just black. Oops. Let's take his arm off before we do something we regret. Okay, and while his head is popped off, normally I would drill a hole in the bottom and mount it, but I'm lazy, so I'm going to hold it with my hands, which is probably a bad idea. But here we are. Okay. I'm probably going to make this antenna a different color, but just so there's something there. His brain will definitely be a different color. That is for sure. It is interesting that he has the same kind of brain helm as the hand, I think, and I guess God hand as well. I've not read much on the... I don't know if there is much Scissor Knight lore. There's probably a little snippet on it that was on the product page when he was for sale, but outside of that, I don't think much is known about them. Which is a bummer, because they're cool. Okay. There we go. We got a cheeky little head now. See how that looks on there. Let's do a little bit of work on his arm now that it's off as well. And that's the wrong brush. Let's grab the right brush. Yeah, dingus. I guess this is a metal plate. It is now. And as you can see, it was not obvious before, he's holding the head of a survivor whose brain is exposed and his spine is there. So, just a pleasant guy to hang out with. Okay. Let's stick this back in there and see how it looks. Let's get the putty that's on the part that we care about right now off. Okay. Gucci. Okay. Probably time to do a little bit of airbrushing. So let's do that. That might be where we wrap up today. We'll see how it looks after airbrushing and see if it's a disaster or not. Let me grab my mask. I believe that is... Nope, that's not on. So yeah, I'll use the baby mask. Not gonna do too much airbrushing. Yeah, there we go. Airbrushing works better if you turn on the compressor, though. All right. Let's see how janked up my brush is. It's pretty good. Okay. This is my airbrush mixing brush. I used it to clean out all these caps yesterday. So hopefully they don't get stuck anymore. So, let's see here. Let's grab some turquoise. Let's grab a bit of cobalt blue. Just a smidge of that Naples yellow. And a decent amount of white. Gotta definitely add some more thinner to this. So I'm being a little targeted with where I'm airbrushing because there's some areas that I'm already happy with, so I don't want to like screw that up. I know what we forgot to do. We forgot to paint his scissors. Whoops. And we forgot to paint this finger. So let's set the airbrush down for a second. And let's get this finger. Oh, this is the garbage brush. This is why it has no tip. So we forgot this finger right here. Okay, good enough. Now the question is, do I want to paint his scissors now or later? Probably later. So that's okay, it's a different part of him, so if I don't get the same exact mixture going when I'm airbrushing that, we'll live. Okay, he's looking a lot more smooth. Alright. Crank up the air purifier. I just realized I don't have a towel over here. Oops. It's okay. We'll live. I'll use a paper towel. Alrighty. So now I'm just going to grab some of that dark brown ochre. I believe that is what it is. Get that nice and mixed up. And just a tiny bit of our cobalt blue. Let's get a little bit more paint in there because it's basically water. Whoops. Alright. Okay. So I'm just going back into these shadow areas. Oops. And we flooded that area, so let's see if we can fix that real quickly. Okay. Fix that. Let's get a little bit more paint in there. So I need to get some more on the palette. That's better. Okay. Any big shows airing on Sundays? There's the new Dragon show, right? The new HBO Dragon show. House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, whatever. I don't know what the big Apple TV show is right now. For All Mankind ended. Hello, Spirit. How are you? Yeah, it airs a little bit later. Howdy. Howdy doody. Yeah. Apple TV's worth getting at some point, I would say. There's enough stuff on there to worth watching. Ted Lasso, Mythic Quest, For All Mankind, all very good. There's also Primal, but that airs on Fridays on HBO. That sucks. I've never gotten into watching esports, but I did get to go to the international one year when it was here. It was pretty cool. I had no idea what's happening, but it was pretty cool. That's good. Yeah, like, my main sport at the moment is still Formula 1, so it's like, the people I'm rooting for don't always win, but as long as, like, the races are interesting, and, like, exciting, and it's not just, like, one team is winning everything, I'm happy. Like, I fell off for a couple of years because it was just Mercedes kept winning, like, just all the time. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Set that aside. Let's clean out the airbrush. Yeah. That's lovely. This is why I normally have a towel, but I Had to use all my towels to clean stuff yesterday. Okay. All clean. Shut off the air compressor. Turn all that off. Here's that. Cool. Let's get all this out of the way. We can look at what we did. And then we're going to wrap up the stream because it's 5:30 and I'm hungry. I need to go get groceries and all that stuff. So, and here's our boy. So you finished sketching him out for the most part in terms of the metals. Well, the steel. You still have to do all the gold and everything. And then we airbrushed him to smooth him out. So my next steps will be going back in with highlights and some shadow colors. We did a little bit of shadows in some places. So I'll go back in with some white and the Naples yellow to kind of spruce up those. Excuse me, focus on the guy, please. Not on the paints. No one cares about the paints. To make them pop up again. And then go on to the other stuff. So yeah, I like these colors. It's pretty cool. It's like similar to the normal metal I do, but it's a little bit like more bluey, which makes sense because there's blue. So, yeah, that's where we're gonna wrap up today. So let's see. Tomorrow's Labor Day. So either I'll be hopping into various Discord paint chats or I'll stream or something, but I do have D&D in the middle of the day, so most likely not like a stream because I'll have to talk a lot already tomorrow in silly voices or silly voice because I'm a player, not a thing. And then I guess Tuesday I think I'm DMing. We'll see if that happens. You work? Oh, well. Keegan's shop is closed, so that's why we were talking about doing it. I'll wipe that up in a second. Well, no. I'll just grab a paper towel now and wipe it up. Kill the planet one paper towel at a time. Anyways, yeah. That's about that. But I'll see you, I don't know, Friday, probably. I don't think I'll be able to stream any time before that. So, yeah, it'll be, so yeah, that'll be noon. I'll be playing D&D then, so I was going to get on at, Keegan said 3 his time, which is 5 my time, which I think is when I get back. So it'll be like an evening hang. I may also hop on in the morning for something, depending on how long it takes to get up and eat and all the other stuff I need to do. So, yeah. I don't know anything. Yeah. So it'd be like 8 p.m. for you, I think. Because my game is supposed to end at 4. So we'll see if that happens. And then it's like a 30-40 minute commute back. So, yeah. And tomorrow's supposed to be a Star Wars game. So we'll see if that happens. Trying to think of what else is going on this week. Oh, there's just another stupid interview that ended up on my thing. And I have a one-on-one on Tuesday. I'm probably going to postpone that. Maybe I'll take Tuesday off. We'll see. Anyways, thanks for hanging out and chatting and all that good stuff. Let's see if there's anybody to raid. We're just going to look at our followers real quickly. Oh, Stofuse is on a Tuesday, which is weird. Malev is playing Apex Lunges. There's Thunderhead Studio. We raided him a little while ago. Yeah. Well, that's what you get for coming late, Spirit. You get 5 minutes. I don't know. Let's see if there's anybody who's actually updated their tags so I can find things. Probably not. Yeah, East Coast sucks. Random street cat, walk to work buddy. It's a good cat. It's a pretty good cat. Well, no, I'm the only one under miniature figures, or there's a few other people, but they're not doing it. I'm the only one under minifigs. Great. Wombat Combat just got on, it looks like. He's painting Froghemoth, it looks like. Yeah, why did they fucking... So, they used to have set tags. I know they don't. So now I'm finding people's painting ads. So, whatever, I don't know. Let's see. Is it just minis? Nope, that's just me. What about miniatures? Also basically just me. Okay, well... We're just gonna... Comedian V also just got on. Is he doing some actual miniature stuff? Let's find out. That doesn't look like miniatures. Let's go raid Wombat. Host a DJ random artist. Yeah, there's no crypt here to say no music. So here, do I have here's one music channel that I follow. We're just gonna go there. Why not? YOLO. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. I'll see you people around on various Discords and all that stuff. And then for other people who aren't on Discords, then I'll see you on Saturday, Friday. Bye. I'm gonna end the stream for anyone who's still here.